Hello teacher trainees and welcome to another class on curriculum studies. Today we are going to learn about theories, models, and principles of curriculum development. At the end of this video, remember to click on the link in the description which has the revision questions for this topic. We have collected more than 60 application questions which will help you in your revision for the NEC exams. Before we begin, please take a second and click on the subscription button and click on the notification bell so that you can access all our lecture videos and quizzes. Let's begin our lesson. Curriculum development is a complex and multifaceted process that involves the design, implementation, and evaluation of educational programs. The process of curriculum development is informed by a variety of theoretical, conceptual, and practical frameworks, which help educators and curriculum developers to make informed decisions about the content, structure, and delivery of educational programs. Theories, models, and principles of curriculum development provide a foundation for understanding the complex nature of curriculum development and offer a set of guidelines and tools for designing effective and relevant educational programs. These frameworks provide a theoretical and conceptual lens through which to view the curriculum development process, as well as a practical toolkit for designing, implementing, and evaluating educational programs. In this context, theories of curriculum development refer to the overarching principles and assumptions that guide curriculum design, while models of curriculum development offer more specific and concrete frameworks for organizing and structuring curriculum development processes. Principles of curriculum development, on the other hand, provide a set of guidelines and criteria for evaluating the effectiveness and relevance of educational programs. Understanding these theories, models, and principles of curriculum development is essential for educators and curriculum developers to design educational programs that meet the needs of learners, prepare them for the challenges of the future, and contribute to their overall development and well-being. Let's evaluate theories and models of curriculum development. Theories and models of curriculum development provide a framework for designing educational programs that meet the needs of learners and promote their academic and personal growth. Here is an evaluation of some of the main theories and models of curriculum development. Tyler's model. Ralph Tyler's model emphasizes 4 key components of curriculum development: objectives, content, teaching methods, and evaluation. The model suggests that curriculum development should begin with clear and measurable learning objectives and that the curriculum should be designed to achieve these objectives. The model emphasizes the importance of aligning content, teaching methods, and evaluation with the learning objectives. Taber's model. Hilda Taber's model focuses on a more cyclical process of curriculum development. The model emphasizes a series of iterative steps, including diagnosing needs, formulating objectives, selecting content, organizing content, selecting learning experiences, and evaluating. The model suggests that each step in the process should be revisited and revised as needed. Constructivist theory. Constructivist theory emphasizes the importance of learner-centered approaches to curriculum development. The theory suggests that learners construct their own understanding of the world based on their experiences and interactions with the environment. In curriculum development, this theory suggests that learners should be active participants in the learning process and that the curriculum should be designed to facilitate this process. Backward design. Backward design is an approach to curriculum development that begins with the end in mind. The approach emphasizes the importance of starting with clear and measurable learning objectives and designing the curriculum backwards from there. This approach ensures that the curriculum is aligned with the desired learning outcomes and that the teaching methods and evaluation are also aligned with the objectives. Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy is a framework for organizing learning objectives into a hierarchy of cognitive levels. The taxonomy includes 6 levels of cognitive complexity: remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. The taxonomy can be used to ensure that learning objectives are clear, measurable, and appropriately aligned with the level of complexity appropriate for the learners. Social learning theory. Social learning theory emphasizes the role of social interaction in the learning process. It suggests that learners develop their understanding of the world through their interactions with others and the environment. In curriculum development, this theory suggests that learners should have opportunities to collaborate and engage in group work, which can help them develop interpersonal skills and learn from each other. However, some critics argue that the theory may not provide enough guidance for curriculum developers on how to design effective learning experiences that promote social interaction. Experiential learning. Experiential learning emphasizes the importance of hands-on, real-world experiences in the learning process. The approach suggests that learners should have opportunities to apply their knowledge and skills in real-world contexts, which can help them develop a deeper understanding of the subject matter. In curriculum development, this approach can be useful for designing activities and projects that simulate real-world experiences. However, some critics argue that the approach may not provide enough structure or guidance for curriculum developers on how to design effective learning experiences. Critical pedagogy. Critical pedagogy emphasizes the role of education in promoting social justice and equity. The approach suggests that learners should be encouraged to question and challenge social norms and power structures, and to become agents of change in their communities. In curriculum development, this approach can be useful for designing activities and projects that encourage learners to engage with social issues and become advocates for change. However, some critics argue that the approach may be too political or ideological and may not be suitable for all educational settings. In conclusion, theories and models of curriculum development provide a useful framework for designing educational programs that meet the needs of learners and promote their growth and development. Curriculum developers should choose the most appropriate framework based on their educational setting and specific subject area, and adapt the framework to the unique needs and circumstances of their learners and educational program. Overall, each theory and model of curriculum development has its strengths and weaknesses, and curriculum developers should choose the most appropriate framework based on their educational setting and specific subject area. Theories and models can provide valuable guidance and structure for curriculum development, but it is ultimately up to the curriculum developer to adapt the framework to the unique needs and circumstances of their learners and educational program. Let's take a closer look at the critiques of models used in curriculum development. Taylor's model. Taylor's model is widely used and has many strengths, but it has also been criticized for being too focused on the teacher and not giving enough consideration to the needs and interests of the learner. The model assumes that objectives can be clearly defined and that there is a fixed body of knowledge that needs to be taught, which may not always be the case in all educational settings. Additionally, the model may not provide enough guidance for designing effective learning experiences beyond those focused on achieving the defined objectives. Taber's model. Taber's model is a comprehensive model that covers all aspects of curriculum development, but it has also been criticized for being too complex and time-consuming. The model assumes that curriculum development is a cyclical process, but this process may not always be feasible or practical in all educational settings. Additionally, the model may not provide enough guidance for assessing the effectiveness of the curriculum or making necessary changes to it. Constructivist theory. Constructivist theory is a valuable approach to curriculum development, but it has also been criticized for being too focused on process and not providing enough structure or guidance for curriculum developers. The theory emphasizes the importance of learner-centered approaches, but it may not always provide clear guidance on how to structure and sequence the learning experiences to ensure that students acquire the necessary knowledge and skills. Backward design. Backward design is a practical and effective approach to curriculum development, but it has also been criticized for being too prescriptive and not allowing for enough flexibility or creativity in the curriculum development process. The approach starts with clear and measurable learning objectives, which can help ensure that the curriculum is aligned with the desired outcomes, but it may not always allow for the exploration of new knowledge and skills that do not fit neatly into predetermined categories. Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy is a useful framework for organizing learning objectives into a hierarchy of cognitive complexity, but it has also been criticized for being too rigid and not allowing for enough flexibility or creativity in the curriculum development process. The taxonomy is useful for ensuring that learning objectives are appropriately aligned with the level of complexity appropriate for the learners, but it may not always capture the full range of knowledge and skills that students need to acquire. Social learning theory. Social learning theory is a valuable approach to curriculum development that emphasizes the importance of social interactions in the learning process. However, it has been criticized for not sufficiently addressing the role of individual differences and the importance of internal cognitive processes in the learning process. Additionally, the theory may not provide clear guidance on how to design effective learning experiences that promote social interaction and learning. Experiential learning. Experiential learning is a valuable approach that emphasizes the importance of hands-on learning experiences. However, it has been criticized for not providing clear guidance on how to structure and sequence these experiences to ensure that students acquire the necessary knowledge and skills. Additionally, the approach may not always be feasible or practical in all educational settings, especially those with limited resources. Critical pedagogy. Critical pedagogy is a valuable approach that emphasizes the importance of social justice and challenging oppressive structures in the learning process. However, it has been criticized for being too focused on ideological perspectives and not providing clear guidance on how to effectively teach the necessary knowledge and skills. Additionally, the approach may not be suitable for all educational settings, especially those that are not explicitly focused on social justice issues. Overall, these models and approaches have their strengths and limitations and should be adapted to the unique needs and circumstances of each educational setting. Curriculum developers should be mindful of these critiques and be prepared to adapt the models as needed to ensure that they meet the needs of their learners and educational programs. In summary, while these models have been widely used and have many strengths, they also have their limitations and should be adapted to the unique needs and circumstances of each educational setting. Curriculum developers should be mindful of these critiques and be prepared to adapt the models as needed to ensure that they meet the needs of their learners and educational programs. Let's highlight the principles of curriculum development as utilized competency-based curriculum. Competency-based education is an approach to curriculum development that focuses on defining and measuring specific skills, or competencies, that students need to acquire. The principles of curriculum development as utilized in competency-based education include: Number 1. Clarity of learning outcomes. The curriculum should clearly define the competencies that students need to acquire and be able to demonstrate. This means that the competencies should be specific, measurable, and relevant to the desired outcomes of the educational program. Number 2. Alignment with real-world needs. The competencies should be aligned with the needs of the real-world contexts in which the students will be applying their skills. This means that the curriculum should be developed in consultation with industry experts, employers, and other stakeholders to ensure that the competencies are relevant and up to date. Number 3. Mastery-based learning. Competency-based education is focused on mastery of specific skills rather than just the completion of courses or credits. This means that students are given the opportunity to master a competency before moving on to the next one, which requires ongoing assessment and feedback. Number 4. Personalization of learning. Competency-based education emphasizes personalized learning, which means that students have the flexibility to work at their own pace, focus on the competencies that are most relevant to their goals, and receive individualized support and guidance. Number 5. Integrated curriculum. The competencies should be integrated into a coherent and meaningful curriculum that connects different subjects and areas of knowledge. This means that the curriculum should be designed to help students see the connections between different competencies and how they can be applied in real-world contexts. Number 6. Continuous improvement. Competency-based education is an iterative process that requires ongoing evaluation and improvement. This means that the curriculum should be regularly reviewed and revised based on feedback from students, teachers, and other stakeholders. Number 7. Technology-enabled learning. Technology can play an important role in delivering competency-based education by providing students with access to personalized learning resources, facilitating communication and collaboration, and enabling ongoing assessment and feedback. Number 8. Student-centered learning. The focus of competency-based education is on the learner, not the teacher. This means that students are actively involved in their own learning and are responsible for their own progress. Teachers act as facilitators and provide support and guidance to help students achieve their learning goals. Number 9. Authentic assessment. Competency-based education relies on authentic assessment methods that allow students to demonstrate their mastery of specific skills in real-world contexts. This can include performance-based assessments, portfolio assessments, and other forms of assessment that are aligned with the competencies being measured. Number 10. Collaboration and teamwork. Competency-based education emphasizes collaboration and teamwork, as these are important skills that are necessary for success in the real world. Students are encouraged to work together on projects and assignments, and teachers provide opportunities for students to develop these skills. Number 11. Flexibility and adaptability. Competency-based education is designed to be flexible and adaptable to the needs of different learners. This means that students can work at their own pace, take breaks when needed, and have the opportunity to pursue their own interests and passions. Number 12. Professional development for teachers. Teachers play a critical role in competency-based education, and they require ongoing professional development to ensure that they are equipped to deliver this type of curriculum. This includes training on how to use technology effectively, how to design authentic assessments, and how to provide personalized support to students. In summary, the principles of curriculum development as utilized in competency-based education emphasize the need for clarity of learning outcomes, alignment with real-world needs, mastery-based learning, personalization of learning, integrated curriculum, continuous improvement, and technology-enabled learning. By focusing on specific competencies, competency-based education can provide a more targeted and relevant educational experience that prepares students for success in the real world. Next, let's focus on elements of curriculum from specific models of curriculum. There are many different models of curriculum, each with its own unique elements. Here are some examples of elements of curriculum from specific models. Number 1. Tyler's Objectives Model. This model was developed by Ralph Tyler and emphasizes the importance of defining clear and specific learning objectives. The model includes the following elements. Objectives. These are the specific learning outcomes that the curriculum aims to achieve. They should be clear, measurable, and relevant to the desired outcomes of the educational program. Content. This includes the subject matter and knowledge that students need to acquire in order to achieve the objectives. Learning experiences. These are the activities, lessons, and assignments that students engage in to acquire the knowledge and skills specified in the objectives. Evaluation. This involves assessing whether students have achieved the objectives, typically through tests or other forms of assessment. Number 2. Taber's model. Developed by Hilda Taber, this model emphasizes the importance of designing a curriculum that is relevant to students' needs and interests. The model includes the following elements. Diagnosis of learner needs. This involves assessing students' current knowledge and skills, as well as their interests and goals. Formulation of objectives. Based on the diagnosis of learner needs, objectives are formulated that are relevant and meaningful to students. Selection of content. Content is selected that is relevant to the objectives and meaningful to students. Organization of content. Content is organized in a way that is logical and meaningful to students. Selection of learning experiences. Learning experiences are selected that are relevant to the objectives and meaningful to students. Evaluation. Assessment is used to determine whether students have achieved the objectives. Number 3. Hilda Taber's model of inductive instruction. This model emphasizes the importance of a process of discovery and inquiry-based learning. The model includes the following elements. Introduction of the topic. This involves introducing the topic to be learned, typically through an open-ended question or problem. Exploration of the topic. Students engage in exploration and inquiry to learn more about the topic, typically through research, investigation, or experimentation. Concept formation. Based on the exploration of the topic, students form concepts and generalizations about the topic. Application. Students apply the concepts and generalizations to new situations or problems. Evaluation. Assessment is used to determine whether students have achieved the objectives. Number 4. The humanistic model. This model emphasizes the importance of promoting personal growth and development in students. The model includes the following elements. Personal relevance. The curriculum is designed to be personally relevant and meaningful to students. Student-centeredness. The curriculum is designed to be centered on the needs and interests of the students. Openness. The curriculum is designed to be open-ended and flexible, allowing for exploration and discovery. Self-direction. Students are encouraged to take responsibility for their own learning and to set their own goals. Evaluation. Assessment is used to determine whether students have achieved personal growth and development goals. Number 5. The social reconstructionist model. This model emphasizes the importance of using education as a means of promoting social change and addressing social inequalities. The model includes the following elements. Identification of social problems. The curriculum is designed to address social problems and promote social change. Community involvement. The curriculum is designed to involve the community in the educational process, allowing students to learn from community members and work on community projects. Student empowerment. Students are encouraged to take an active role in identifying and addressing social problems, and to use their education to promote social change. Critical reflection. Students are encouraged to critically reflect on social issues and develop their own perspectives on social problems. Evaluation. Assessment is used to determine whether students have developed a critical understanding of social issues and the ability to address social problems. Number 6. The behavioral model. This model emphasizes the importance of developing specific, measurable learning outcomes and using reinforcement to encourage desired behaviors. The model includes the following elements. Behavioral objectives. The curriculum is designed to achieve specific, measurable learning outcomes. Task analysis. The learning process is broken down into specific steps or tasks, each of which contributes to achieving the overall objectives. Reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is used to encourage desired behaviors and outcomes. Evaluation. Assessment is used to determine whether students have achieved the specified learning objectives. Number 7. The experiential model. This model emphasizes the importance of using hands-on, experiential learning to promote deep understanding and skill development. The model includes the following elements. Learning by doing. The curriculum is designed to promote hands-on, experiential learning. Reflection. Students are encouraged to reflect on their experiences and develop their own understanding of the material. Personal relevance. The curriculum is designed to be personally relevant and meaningful to students. Evaluation. Assessment is used to determine whether students have developed a deep understanding of the material and the ability to apply their skills in new situations. These are just a few examples of the many different models of curriculum, each with its own unique elements. By examining the elements of specific models, we can gain insight into the underlying philosophies and goals of each model, and use this knowledge to inform our own curriculum development efforts. To wrap this topic up, let's appreciate contributions of curriculum theories and models in guiding curriculum development. Curriculum theories and models have made significant contributions in guiding curriculum development by providing a framework for educators to conceptualize and structure their curricula. Here are some of the ways in which curriculum theories and models have contributed to the field of curriculum development. Number 1. Philosophical foundations. Curriculum theories and models are based on philosophical foundations that guide curriculum development. These philosophical foundations provide a basis for understanding the purpose of education, the role of the teacher and the learner, and the content of the curriculum. Number 2. Clear and specific learning objectives. Curriculum theories and models provide a clear and specific set of learning objectives, which serve as a guide for educators when designing their curricula. This ensures that learning objectives are focused and measurable, and that they are relevant to the needs of learners. Number 3. Structured and organized curriculum. Curriculum theories and models provide a structured and organized framework for educators to design their curricula. This helps to ensure that the curriculum is coherent and consistent, and that it is delivered in a logical and effective manner. Number 4. Informed decision-making. Curriculum theories and models provide a basis for informed decision-making when developing curricula. By understanding the different philosophical and theoretical approaches to curriculum development, educators can make informed decisions about the content, structure, and delivery of their curricula. Number 5. Continuous improvement. Curriculum theories and models encourage continuous improvement in curriculum development. By evaluating the effectiveness of the curriculum and making necessary adjustments, educators can improve the quality and relevance of the curriculum over time. Number 6. Flexibility. Curriculum theories and models provide educators with a flexible framework to design their curricula. They allow for customization and adaptation to meet the needs of individual learners, specific contexts, and changing demands. Number 7. Integration of technology. With the growth of technology in education, curriculum theories and models have contributed to the integration of technology in the curriculum. They provide a framework for educators to incorporate technology in their curricula in ways that enhance learning outcomes. Number 8. Inclusivity. Curriculum theories and models promote inclusivity in education. They provide guidance on how to design curricula that cater to diverse learners with different backgrounds, learning styles, and abilities. Number 9. Collaboration. Curriculum theories and models encourage collaboration among educators, learners, and other stakeholders in the curriculum development process. This collaboration helps to ensure that the curriculum meets the needs of all stakeholders and that it is relevant and effective. Number 10. Evidence-based. Curriculum theories and models are often based on evidence from research and practice. This means that they have been tested and proven effective in improving learning outcomes. By incorporating evidence-based practices into their curricula, educators can ensure that their students receive the most effective education possible. Overall, curriculum theories and models have made significant contributions to the field of curriculum development by providing educators with a structured and flexible framework to design curricula that meet the needs of diverse learners. They provide guidance on how to develop curricula that are relevant, effective, and evidence-based, and that prepare students for success in their future academic and professional endeavors. That brings us to the end of this lesson, but before we wrap it up, let's view and internalize a sample curriculum using the elements of curriculum. The sample is derived from a 4th grade class. Subject: Mathematics. Curriculum goals: to develop students' mathematical thinking and problem-solving skills. To help students see the relevance of mathematics in their daily lives. To develop students' ability to communicate mathematically. Curriculum elements: needs assessment. Conduct a needs assessment to identify the mathematical knowledge and skills students need to develop in grade 4 and the challenges they face in learning mathematics. Number 2. Learning objectives. Develop specific, measurable learning objectives based on the needs assessment, such as: students will be able to perform addition and subtraction of 4-digit numbers with regrouping. Students will be able to apply multiplication and division to real-life problems. Students will be able to communicate mathematical ideas through writing and speaking. Number 3. Learning activities. Develop a range of learning activities to support the achievement of the learning objectives, such as daily problem-solving tasks, games and puzzles to develop critical thinking skills, and group projects to develop communication skills. Number 4. Assessment. Develop assessment tasks that align with the learning objectives, such as weekly quizzes to assess skill development, performance tasks to assess problem-solving skills and communication skills, end-of-term exams to assess overall progress. Number 5. Curriculum delivery. Use a variety of instructional strategies to deliver the curriculum, such as direct instruction to introduce new concepts and skills, small group work to support skill development, and whole class discussions to develop communication skills. Number 6. Evaluation. Evaluate the effectiveness of the curriculum by gathering feedback from teachers, students, and parents, and using the feedback to make necessary adjustments to the curriculum. By incorporating these elements into the curriculum design, we can ensure that students have a well-rounded and comprehensive learning experience that supports their mathematical development and encourages them to see the relevance of mathematics in their daily lives. And that marks the end of our lesson on theories, models, and principles of curriculum development. Please remember to click on the link in the description which has the revision questions for this topic. Also subscribe to this channel and like the video so that anytime we upload a new video YouTube will always notify you. Thanks and have a good day.